But that is not all why we are here. So it's my pleasure to invite the Director of the Distance Learning Center, Professor Bayo, to give a welcome address and a brief on open distance learning. Please put your hands together.
The University Librarian, Deputy Director, Academic, Distance Learning Center, Deputy Director Administration, DLC, the Director of the University Health Service, respected senior colleagues on the high table, please permit me to stand on existing protocol. But I'm excluding our students from that plea. Great work! Great work! Greatest work! The management has now the Distance Learning Center of the University of Ibadan. All our students to this important occasion. Of course, there is the need for me to preface whatever I'm going to say with an apology. We ought to have started much earlier, and we ought to have started in a bigger way, in a more civilized and a more pleasing manner. But unfortunately, as the university PRO says, only God is perfect. Human beings are just striving to move close to perfection. I want to, on behalf of all the members of the management and staff of EFC, tender our sincere and unalloyed apology to have subjected you to the type of treatment that you had this morning. As director of EFC, I accept responsibility for everything. Now, this orientation is very, very important because of the fact that we have to pass certain information across to our students as to what distance learning education is all about, so that we can avoid certain problems, arising with having to deal with our students on a regular basis in type of questions that they want to ask us. So I'm going to use the few minutes I have to pass some information to you as to the essence of distance learning education. Let me start by saying that by the event of yesterday, all of you are bona fide students of the University of Ibadan. You have equal rights and responsibilities just as University of Ibadan regular students.
You are advocates of the same criteria, not
beyond the subject matter category. Your certificate is not inferior to any certificate anywhere. Technology has not developed to where we are. You have people like and some of the greatest Nigerian leaders who did most of their law degree while they are in Nigeria. At that point, what they were doing was that they would be using the facility of a postal service to receive tutorials, and they will be answering questions and doing exams by post. These are great men who have made a lot of impact. It's the mode of education that you are into now that made them. The only difference, which is a substantive difference, is that you are not domiciled within the premises of the University of Ibadan. And of course, no formal provision of lectures. Most of your lectures will be mediated by technology. That is, you have to be computer literate in order to be able to access our course materials. And of course, we are going to provide you multiple platforms. I will address that in a minute. So, distance learning as designed is propelled by technology instead of face-to-face contact. And of course, there will be a period of face-to-face contact, and that will be during interactive. And of course, before the interactive session, you must have received your course materials, which you will be reading, and we are going to provide you tutorial assistance, where after you might have properly registered, you'll be allocated to tutorial lecturers who will be contacting you, who you can ask questions, but then it's not going to be physical contact except for people that are close to Ibadan. We are going to use blog, Twitter, Facebook, another means of communication to you. Our presence, our managers, Facebook personally, and I will continue to do so for that. So it is very important for you to now develop your computer capability. And that's why the first 6 weeks, even from now, start from today, whether you are paying your fees or not, and you are coming on board, is for computer training. You have to do that for 6 weeks. The fact that you are a computer guru does not mean that you should not avail yourself. There is a manual. There is a manual that will be used, dedicated for tutorial training under DSC UI mode. The center does not in any meaningful way provide support and education in this area. But you have partners all over the country. I think our partners are here. Our partners are here. Those partners are going to be responsible for handling the tutorial, the computer training aspect of our program. And of course, you do exams, but we offer you a certificate at the end. You have to undergo that training in order to make things very easy for yourself. And that is very, very important. And of course, I have to give this information. Part of the thing that led to the confusion in the morning is that we are not unaware that because of certain problems caused partly by the delay in completing our admission process, I think we did that back on Tuesday or Wednesday. And of course, because of the fact that we have migrated from the original payment platform to a new payment platform, in reaction to the problems in the banking industry and to the listing of one of our service providers from the stock exchange, we have to migrate to another service provider. And of course, I know from inquiries that most of you ran into a lot of problems in paying even a Senate bank. We want to apologize for that. But those problems will not arise in the first instance because we got the assurances from Senate Bank that it has informed all its branches all over the country. And of course, it's business for Senate Bank to be putting certain burden on our students. So we are conscious of these problems. And that's why we said, let us go on with the matriculation. And then we encourage people that are not paid, that will not be matriculated yesterday, to attend the orientation program, so as to not to deny them the opportunity. As at this morning, over 3,000 out of the 6,000 students we admitted have paid. So because of that, hello, excuse me, please. So because of that, we allowed everybody to come, but then it will be unreasonable for us to give our orientation program just to anybody like that. The orientation package, the way we planned it, will be given to, ought to have been given to students who are in good financial standing. And students that have not paid will have to pay 1,000 naira for the package. But now, because there's no way we can give you the package until you convince us that they are a student of DSC. And of course, we're going to run into problem because we are going to serve refreshment. Information you want on this landing of the University of Ibadan. And of course, we have some banners outside this landing of the University of Ibadan, the journey so far. That will give you an idea. So because time is not on our side. So please avail yourself the opportunity to read all this information on the website. And I want to address the issue of students just picking up their phone and calling in the test of information that is already on our website. We want to please to simplify our responsibility. Before you ask any information from any of the airlines, make sure that the information is not available on our website. So you don't put us into unnecessary pressure, because we are human beings, we are limited. When an officer is nominated with unnecessary requests, unnecessary questions, he or she becomes angry. So to help us to put ourselves under control as much as possible, please don't ask information that are already in public domain. And of course, I'm not saying that you don't rely on information from others. Always make sure that you go for the information yourself. More often than not, people will call and say, we are told that we should pay to save land. We don't want that type of thing. Go and check. Before you now put on the phone and then call the airline. Now there are certain things that we may go over. This is important. In order for us to do this, so what I'm trying to do is to put the whole thing before our head. Now, after this event, your registration starts. People have been having problems with registration, and what we have been telling them is that they should wait up for the latter orientation. Part of the presentation today will address the issue of how to maneuver DSC websites. Unfortunately, we don't have the timetable or the program, but when the speakers come to speak, you know what they are speaking about. They will give you an idea of how to go through the issue has been to put pressure on DSC to now go and publish books. That the request now for books. I want to tell you that's not the way we are going. We are going the way that is consistent with best practice. But then we are aware of the limitation in our environment. So we are going to provide you with multiple platforms. So some of the materials already in that copy, which is technical mode, and of course you have CD-ROM, you have DVD, you have audio books, and of course the latest addition, which we want to deploy within a very short time, is mobile learning technology, where you can register, check your results, and do many things on your mobile phone. With this, you will be able to overcome some of the limitations of not having access to internet, because most of the things will now be done on your mobile phone. Reverend Moshe is going to speak on that, and we will be getting more information on deployment. Of course, you have to have certain type of phone to be able to tap into it. And okay, anyway, so but then we are going to please, but we are going to make sure that we walk around it. So we will be able to deploy mobile learning through non-expensive telephone. And of course, price of telephone is fast to launch. So there should be no problem with that. Then, in terms of student support, some people will be addressing the issue of student support. But I want to make certain categorical statement about that. That in terms of academic support of the direction of Bayo, the first and the best. Because you should not be in doubt. You should not be in doubt. You wish the first and the best. Because you should not be in doubt. You should not be in doubt. The VC told you yesterday that by the recent webmatic ranking, University of Ibadan is as sustained its way as the first and the best. And let me provide this information again. Before last year, because of some defaults, University of Bayo was ranked 106 in Africa, but is now 41 in Africa. And I need to tell you that the University of Bayo ranking will be incomplete without the ranking of Eastern Analysis of the University of Bayo. So, the ranking of the University of Bayo automatically validates our play at DSC as the first and the best. And of course, authorities in Nigeria know that. It's not about boasting. But then, you need to help us to sustain that position. And how you can help us is to do your own part of it, to play your part of the game. When you get us outline and get us material, it's not for you to just live anywhere. No. See yourself as a regular student. Independent of who are younger students, who are not employed, you need to reach and see you are in the university. And of course, because the data we are going to give you does not contain everything. Regular students, lecturers go to teach them, they still have to go to the library, they still have to go to the internet. You need and you have the ability to secure additional information for you to do well. So the course material you are going to get is just a course, just a guide. So you have to understand that. And the way to go is not to now say, okay, it is face to face. You are not going to do it that way. Otherwise, it's not going to be standard any longer. The way we are going, ordinarily we should go to Ghana next week, because we are going to Ghana. And those of you who read the budget of 3 or 4 weeks ago, it was the budget. And we are partners in the United Kingdom and we are going to other places. Our mandate is not only local, it is global. So for do your own piece, because we are in this together. For those who have not paid, we are going to, because each of us wants information that we have been allocated only 3 days ago, and we went to the web and we said that he has to pay within 3 weeks. I'm saying now that those people who just did their letter information of their mission, and those people, if we got their name on the first list, have up to 3 weeks from Friday to pay off. I think you got the message. So what I'm saying now is that after 3 weeks, admission and registration will finally close. Once again, let me appreciate all of you for listening. Thank you very much.